Hey guys, how's it going? Ghosty Rich here today, and today we ordered a Karolpar cat post. I'll get you some more product numbers afterwards, but that's basically what it looks like. Basically, we got a cat and she doesn't know how to leave it alone. So we needed to get the tallest cat post we could find that was also very stable. Now it says no X-Acto knives, so I'm gonna use a butter knife. And that's why, because they literally put the fluff right there. It's actually a steak knife more than a butter knife, but whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and unbox the sheer amount of pieces there are to this. I'm gonna lay them all out. I'm not gonna make you watch this. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is lay everything out. Sort your screws into piles, as you can see, and then have your dog walk through and have, of course, everything just lied out. Go through the different letters and have them organized. This is gonna make your process so much easier. So, the first thing that we're gonna wanna grab is this guy right here. And we're gonna grab the R pieces. Go ahead, open it up, and slide the R pieces inside. One in each corner. With the smaller of the screws, go ahead, slide R again in the hole and slowly thread it in. Be careful, don't use power tools. You could strip out the threads, and again, just thread the one on top and thread the one on the bottom. Once you get the first two in, you'll start getting used to it. But again, hand in the hole, tic-tac-toe. Make sure that when you're starting to put these in, don't tighten them all the way. Just keep them nice and loose, snug them up. And like I said, you'll put the one in through the top there, and then you'll put one in through the bottom here. And that goes into there and into there. By leaving this loose, it leaves enough room so you can bring this in and squish it in properly. As you can see, you put it in like that, slide it into place. And if you slide all four into place, it'll definitely help. Once you've gone ahead, tighten all four of those up. Again, use the tool, don't use an impact. You will strip those out, I'm sure, if you go ham, because it's just like into plastic. I could definitely see you stripping it out. Anyways, now that you've had fun and you've tightened up all four, do it one more time. Again, you need the R's, and you're going to use up the rest of the medium screws here. Another thing, if you feel for the seam, put the seams to the inside. So that way, I guess your cat can't actually find the seam and either catch it with its nails or catch itself with it or anything. You want that nice, soft, fluffy side towards the cat. So again, rough side towards the outside here. Next, get the Karolpar kind of platform. It is A. Now that you have A, grab two of these end blocks. Put them like this. You'll see, just like in the houses, there will be two indents in here. Slide the screws through and just loosely put those into there. After you do so, come over here. For the K's, again, put one right here and one right there. Tip for you, pop the screw through and then turn the post around in circles until it's as tight as you can get it, and then you can hold on to it and tighten it. I would feel for that seam again right here and just put that to the inside just to hide it so it looks nicer. Again, just like that, go ahead, line it up and just start turning it, and of course keep pressure on the other side of the screw and it'll tie on. Go ahead and crank these guys down. The reason why I say this is this is your main foundation. If you don't make sure these ones are tight, then the whole thing's gonna get loose. Then you gotta flip the whole cat post over, or it has a risk of falling over. Now that we've gone ahead and done that, let's grab C. It simply gets tied on there like so. Again, Karolpar, just like this. Put two of these big bolts going down and into that platform. There's the hole there. So just like this, go ahead, tie that screw all the way in now, and the one in the back. Leave them loose until you have them both threaded in. Otherwise it could be fun to line up. But now that we've gotten to here, now we're gonna go ahead and take this. This is one of the threaded posts. As you can see, there's lines here. I'm hoping it just stops on its own. Let's see if it does. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna back it out. Oh yeah, it does stop on its own. So thread it all the way in until it stops. Just like so. Just like that. They'll lock in. Now that we have those two threaded posts in, we need to go ahead and we're gonna add the platform. With B tray, go ahead, slide it in, just like so. That slides into there. Now I just gotta line that up, there. Okay, now that we've got that lined up, we take the L posts right here and just screw them on by hand. Just like that. So go ahead and do that to not only this one, just crank it down by hand, do that one as well. Next, take two M's. One right here and one over there, and thread those in by hand once again. And then tighten them with the Allen key from the inside here. These ones, you can't really, just make sure they're tightened just by squeezing and tightening with your hand on those posts. Sweet, we have made progress. Now from here, take your 4 posts and thread them all the way in on the 4 pillars you now have. Next, take the cat basket and throw it through right there. And all these should go through on the posts, just like that. This is gonna really sturdy the whole thing up, or so I hope. Now take 2 N's and put them on here, and 2 K's and put them on this side. So again, just an N, the 2 N's on this side, just like that, and then the 2 K's. Just get them all lined up. I can already hear the cat. He's super excited to get out here and jump in this thing. So again, 1 more K, 1 more N. Once you've gone ahead and you have the 2 N's right here, just go ahead and thread 1 post in right there, just like you're used to. Go ahead, take the next B and slide it in, just like so, just like that. Pop it through. Okay, now that you've gone ahead and done that, you can grab another N. Make sure it's an N, and go ahead and just thread it down so that way we know this won't fall off. After you've gone ahead and started to thread that down, don't quite compress it yet, just get it started so we don't have to worry about it falling. From here, grab another one of our bolts and thread down and into this spot right there. Just like to line it up. Voila. Anyways, go ahead, do that. Tighten it with your Allen key. Next thing you want to do, go ahead, take these brackets, and with the very short screws that come with it, you'll have 4 of them. You put them into the bracket. Don't quite tighten it down yet, just like that. And then the same with this side. Again, this is on piece G. Now that you've gone ahead and got those started, you need to bolt those onto the bottom of the other cat house piece. That is E. So go ahead, just line this up and then tighten those 2 down so you then have the catwalk. Next, take a post, put it right here. Next, lift this on just like this. This will rest on there, and this needs to pop through there. As you can see, we're getting quite tall. That'll move after. Line this up with the hole. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Like I said, that goes there. I'm gonna have to stretch this out just like that. From here, grab another one of our ends right here. It goes on right here. Now we know that won't fall down. From here, go ahead, after this is in there nice and tight, and put the bolts down to line up and go into here. Again, these are not threaded rods. These two are just those bolts down there. Next, put in this threaded post into N. Just when you thought this thing was tall enough, it's about to get taller. Once you have the post in, go ahead, grab the basket. This just slides right onto the post, just like that. Grab your last end post, slide it onto here. And just crank it down to its max. Then take the small little guy here, and we gotta find out where the hole is. It's over here. This goes over here and tie a screw up and into there. Well, it's still easy to get in there. We might as well put the last piece on right here. I kid you not, this thing is 6'2", so be ready for a massive cat post. Now we take this platform and put the last bolt on, which good luck seeing unless you're 6'4", 6'7", and put the center bolt into here, and then that side's complete. As you can see, that's the highest point. It is nice and high up. I can't even tell you. I'm 6'2", holding this at head level. It is very big. Anyways, we have our last platform. This one goes up and on here. Let's just poke through our two screws and line them up and tighten them in. And there you go. So far, so good. You just got to put the crown on it, which is this. Just make sure you stretch it around just like you do a mattress cover. And that's it. I'll see if I can round up the cat and show you how tiny this cat is on here. This is like a 5-cat post. This thing is just massive. It is literally 6'2", just so you know. I am 6'2", and it's the same height as me. Well, let's go over this. You might want to zap strap it to something, especially if you're like me and you have a dog, because I could totally see my dog knocking this thing over. But if you just have cats, I think it'll be just fine. Again, this thing has got enough room for 5 cats on it, so you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. I just highly suggest, if you have a spot on the wall, to put a security strap from here to the wall, so that way if it does try to tip, at least you have something. Just because if you're not home and your cats are playing around, smacking each other, it could fall over and you don't want to come back, even though cats always land on their feet. Anyways, let's see if I can get this cat. Well, as Archer pointed out, the last thing to note is this strap right here. This is so you can turn it around or leave it there, and it's so you can mount it to the wall. So you do want this against a wall, and it does come with one screw that is right there, so you can attach it to a wood stud. Now, if you're in an apartment and it's in a steel stud, you might have to, of course, pre-drill and then put it into the steel stud. But whatever you do, go into a stud. Don't put this into drywall. If you put it into drywall, it's gonna hit the ground. Well, that's it. So far, cat's loving it, so I think Archer's probably rating this 5 out of 5 because now he can be above the dog's height, so the dog isn't always bugging him. And he seems to be liking it quite a bit. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Press like if it helped you out. Subscribe for more. And you never know what I'm going to do next.